is cold outside, y'all. That's 4. The whole world internet? Good morning, everyone. It is 5:30 a.m. and I am in the car and I am on the way to the gym, and I am so excited to get this Monday started, to not get this Monday over with, but I'm excited to do the steps that's going to get us through today. And today that starts with the gym. So the gym is opening up right now. It opens at 5:30 a.m. I'm going to the Student Rec Center, mind you. I don't have a gym membership anywhere because I'm really trying to take advantage of all the things that campus has to offer before I'm not a student anymore. So I am on my way to the campus rec center. I don't know how busy it's going to be. It tends to be less and less busy, I feel, as the school year goes on, but we'll see if that's true of today. And I think today I am just planning to hit legs mainly and just do some like running injury prevention type business. But I'm really excited because my schedule's been so busy recently that it's been a little bit hard to get to the gym, and it worries me for my running because I really do think that weightlifting is important for injury prevention. And so we're going to do all that type of thing, maybe a little bit of arms, because Wednesday, usually I go to the gym. By the way, hi, it's Monday morning. Usually I go to the gym Monday mornings and Wednesday mornings. But this Wednesday morning, I have a meeting at 9 a.m. For mentoring some of the like year 1 coordinated program students. So that means I can't go to the gym on Wednesday, which means that maybe I'll hit a little bit of arms today, but we'll see. Usually I go from like 5:45 a.m. to 6:45 a.m. That's like the perfect little window. And then I'll come back home and do my run. So today y'all are going to see what type of gym workout I do, especially when I'm pressed for time, and especially when I don't know when the next time I'm get to the gym is, because that's when I do what I think is like the most important. So yeah, we're on our way, we're going, and I think it's going to be a great day. I think it's going to be a great morning. Classic. It's pitch black outside because the sun isn't going to rise for another hour, maybe more. But that is a-okay, because then it will be rising while we're running, and that's awesome. And yeah, I will see y'all in the gym. Also, a little bit of context. If you're wondering why there's so many people here at the butt crack of dawn, it's because this year the university made this plot a paid parking lot, and they don't start ticketing until 7 a.m. So everybody gets here between 6 and 7. Alright, so I started out this gym session like I do most, which is with squats. And I used to do these with a barbell with a lot more weights, but those are always all taken up at the Student Rec Center. So usually I do most of my things with dumbbells, which you're going to see when I do these deadlifts as well. I also used to do those with more weight, but I feel like just getting at least some in is really good and important. And then I moved to some gorilla rows, and please do not take any of these like stances as advice, because I'm really just not that great in the gym. And then I moved on to some Bulgarian split squats, which I feel like are so good for my knees and just building up that strength for running. And then I watched a little bit of the recap from the Tennessee game, which was the night before, which, oh my gosh, was so amazing. I was there rewatching the pick six and just everything that happened. I mean, gosh, what an incredible game, and Tennessee too, okay? And then we moved on to some upper body. I think I was going kind of between upper body and lower body, just kind of whatever I was feeling. And like here you can see I was doing some more injury prevention, really building up the muscles around my shins. And then this is probably the only machine that I used for the morning, was doing some lat pull downs. And then I moved on to doing some side lunges to build up the muscles in my inner thighs, which are also really important for stability when running. And then I ended out my gym session for the day by doing some ab workouts, some core workouts. And again, this is just whatever I'm feeling. I don't really go off of an app or anything. I just go based on my knowledge, and this is the things that I did. I don't even know what this is called, but I feel like it was a good gym session overall. God damn, it is cold outside, y'all. Holy cow. I know it's October, but my goodness. Okay, I got this at the store the other day. I love these Core Power like chocolate milkshake drinks. I'm about to down one of these because we are going to drive home to go on a run. And it's actually comical because we're literally going to run like 2 here from my apartment, and it might make more sense to stay parked here and go, but as I said, this is now a pay to park lot, or like they use it for like kids can actually buy parking passes here to like walk to classroom, which is ridiculous because this is very far from all of the classroom buildings. Our campus is way big, and honestly we have like too many students at this point, but it's gonna look kind of funny because we're literally gonna run here and then run around to the river walk. So I'm going on a 5-mile run today. God, that's really good. I just love these. I'm gonna drink this all the way home, and then we're gonna change my shoes in the car. I brought them, my running shoes, and then we're gonna go. So let's hit the road. Okay, we're back. That Core Power was super yummy. I just want to make sure that I always have something like that after the gym because it has protein in it that's going to stop my muscles from breaking down, and then it also has carbs that's going to fuel me for like going on my run, and also the protein will help a little bit with preventing any muscle breakdown during my run because anaerobic exercise, that can happen. So I just want to make sure that I'm actually gaining muscle instead of losing all of it, which is why it's so important to wake up at 5 a.m. and eat some oatmeal before the gym and all the things. Food is always like my number one. I've got to make sure I do it, and if I don't have like something good to eat before my run, I literally won't run because it will make me feel so bad and I'll feel so unfueled, and I could just imagine like what's happening to my body, like not being able to have anything to run off of. It's probably breaking down my muscle stores, all the things like that. So I just try to be really, really conscientious about eating, which, hey, that is my whole degree. So I would hope that I would be super careful and thoughtful about that, but I'm just putting on my shoes, my pretty purple shoes that make me so excited to run. And yeah, it's gonna be a little bit cold when I take off this sweatshirt, but it's gotta happen because Lord knows I'm not running with it. Okay, let's cue up my watch, get this GPS going, and let's go on a run. Y'all, it is so cold. I can hardly stand it. It's like 47 degrees, which to me feels illegal. I know it's late October. I know, but gosh, it's cold. I probably not should have worn my sweatshirt because I know that by like maybe mile 2, I'll be feeling fine, even like hot. But oh my gosh, like my fingers feel frozen. I have chill bumps and it's like making my heart rate go up how cold it is. I'm like freezing. But my watch says, oh no, my watch says not good conditions. Ha! And look at this, I'm supposed to be down in the 20s. Why is my heart rate 146? All right, y'all, now that I've hit a mile, I've warmed up a little bit. My heart rate is starting to trend back towards where it needs to be. So basically, I'm running by the quad right now, which is so gorgeous. And the sun is finally starting to come up. So that, probably gonna want sunglasses for, but I don't have them, so that's awesome. But basically what guides my runs is mileage and heart rate. I try not to pay attention at all to like pace, because I'm really trying to focus on being in like an easy heart rate zone and like actually running easy runs and not getting caught up in like the numbers of how fast I'm going. And then at the end of the run, I can kind of see, or like when I finish a mile, it'll show me how fast I actually went. But that and mileage, and the reason I'm running after going to the gym, because that seems like a lot of exercise, is because I'm trying to hit about 30 miles a week and like stay consistent with that. And so that means running 5 miles every weekday, 8 miles on Sunday, and then taking Saturday off. And so that means that Monday and Wednesdays are literally the only days that I have any time to actually go to the gym, which is so important to maintain that muscle mass since I'm doing so much aerobic exercise. And it's really important that I just like prevent injuries while running as well. And when I run after going to the gym, it's not like I'm lifting super heavy at the gym or like going super hard trying to get a PR. I'm literally just like doing like regular schmegular dumbbell weights nothing too intense, so it's not like I'm getting like 2 hardcore workouts in a row over these 2 hours. It's just kind of like low-key. I haven't been doing workouts. I've just been doing like, haven't been doing like running workouts. I've just been running kind of at an easy pace for like the last 3 months, so I hope to start doing workouts soon, but we'll see. There's mile 2. Here is a gorgeous view of campus. There's Bryant-Denny Stadium. Beautiful. And there's the wreck again. Hey girl, long time no see. I'm like getting phantom soreness thinking about what I just did at the gym. Beautiful, beautiful. I've never done this before, but maybe I should. I don't even know what the Crimson Trail is, but maybe one day I should just go follow it and see where it takes me. All right, y'all, there is mile 3, and I desperately have to pee after all that water that I drank at the gym. So I think I might have to go into one of these buildings, maybe North Lawn. I'm thinking. I used to have a lot of classrooms in their freshman year because it's such a huge building. That's kind of where they put the overflow, or like the ones with really big classrooms. So I think we're about to run in there and pee. That's 4. You can see how cold it still is because there's literally like smoke coming off the water. Also, look, there's the rowing team practicing. And that's 5. Now I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna stretch, eat breakfast, and shower in that order. I'll see y'all when I get back. Alright, as y'all saw, my room desperately needed to be cleaned, so this is the aftermath. Still not looking great, but I packed up all my bags, so I'm ready to go to Birmingham tonight because I have my rotation the next day, which I'll talk about later. But basically, that's it, and I'm ready for class, and here we go. This is me. I walked to campus, and then we're walking down to our class. Our first class of the day, we often have to go in the room late because whoever is before us takes a pretty long time. So we just kind of sit in the hallway and we chat with each other, and it's a pretty good time just hanging out, chillaxing, talking to the teacher beforehand a little bit, and seeing what happened over the weekend.
And I did mention that a little bit 25-hydroxyl undergoes hydroxylation at carbon 24. And what happens here? But we'll focus on calcitriol, so that's 125-dihydroxyl occurs in adults. So it's adult vitamin D deficiency, and it's caused by a low dietary. So there are our bones, small intestine, and kidney. And later today, when we talk about calcium, we will review how calcitriol maintains calcium homeostasis. So as I mentioned, this is the tissue distribution of NVDR, which is nuclear vitamin D receptor. So this is the genomic action able to induce rapid biological response via non-genomic action.
write on the rubric or didn't want to write on the rubric, and what we do with patients with COPD and respiratory failure. Or I think they have it as ARDS, acute respiratory distress syndrome. The next thing we're going to look at is the fact that the patient develops pancreatitis. So I want you to find the pancreatitis guidelines in the 2016 document, 2 different disease states that we need to come to a plan of care that you're going to present in your final exam presentation. Looking at the supplemental PN and looking at what the patient received, I can't remember if it spells it out
I could
in
not.
the article.
It kind of does, like a little bit, but it doesn't actually tell you exactly what's coming from that because it's basically just lipid.
The other question I had was on the first question. I was wondering if you were asking about the general signs and symptoms of COPD or this patient's, because I was having a hard time finding any symptoms that they listed of her for COPD. It just said that she came in and already had it, but through the whole thing, I haven't been able to find any of them saying like the symptoms that relate to that.
So it could be, it might not be things like she says she's short of breath. It could be things like hypoxic hypercapnic. That's a symptom of COPD.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
So we're going to focus in now on trauma and surgery. And when we look at how severely ill the patient is, there are some different tools that the doctors can use to kind of get a summary of their overall distress or organ failure.
Okay, I just got done with my classes for the day, and now I am rushing across campus to get to my job, which is tutoring. And so I am going over there really quick, passing the quad. It's a beautiful day. It's still kind of chilly. I probably should not have taken my sweatshirt off, but here we are. The remnants of the quad grass after the Tennessee game on Saturday. Okay, y'all, so I got done with classes and I'm now at my tutoring center where I tutor. And so basically I just finished with my first tutoring session where we talked all about genomics, phenotypes, genotypes, all of that type of thing, and also like mitosis, everything like that. Words that you never want to hear again because you already went through it once in high school. You don't want to have to do it at the college level. But that's what I did for the last hour. Got off a little bit early from that one. I'm about to have somebody else. And then I'm excited for today because actually my third appointment of the day got canceled. And then my last hour of the day is a drop-in hour. So I don't necessarily have anybody. But if people like want to come in and ask questions, or if somebody I saw early in the day wants to come back and finish an assignment, then they can come back during that last hour. But if nobody comes, then that could just be a whole hour for me to work. And since I got that other one canceled, then that means from like 4 to 6 today, I can just like work on my work. But I'm about to have somebody now, but classes went good today. We finished our last lecture that's going to be on our exam for biochemistry. And actually our biochemistry teacher is really awesome and she pushed the test back 2 days. So it was going to be online anyways with like the lockdown browser where it like has to be proctored. So it didn't make that much of a difference for her because class was going to be online both days, because when we have tests, we don't have class, and she'll usually make it that week so that we have another assignment due to where we don't have class, and that makes it easier on her. So she moved our test, which was really awesome of her. We finished that lecture, which was the last one on the test. And then I went to my clinical nutrition class where she went over a big assignment that's going to be due, the part 2 of this like fake case study. And we do real case studies in the like actual rotation version of our class. But this one was like a mock case study. And so part 2 of that is due in like a couple weeks. And so she was going over that in class. I thankfully have already started it. So I got to ask her some questions that I was a bit confused on. And then the rest of that class went good, and we talked about like burn patients and like everything like that, how nutrition fits in, nitrogen balance, all the things that might be really boring to you, or maybe you're interested in nutrition and you're like, oh, I want to learn more about that. But it was really cool. And then like I said, I huffed it over here, just did my first tutoring session, and that one's always, I have to get here because he gets there here right on time, if not early. So I always have to really hoof it and get here in time so that I can like use the bathroom, sit down with my stuff. And we were having trouble with like the computer because like we have one in the room and it was glitching and it wasn't logging in. So then we had to switch rooms and just all the technical difficulties. So that was my first session. I'm about to have my second session, and then I'll let you know how I'm doing work later on. And also, if you were wondering by what I was just saying about like mitosis and genes, I tutor sciences, so mostly nutrition is like my obviously like focus area, but what the most people need help with is like biology, chemistry, like sciences like that. So that's most of what I end up doing in a day, which is totally fine because Lord knows I've done enough biology by now. I'm on my 4th biochem class, so you know, feel like I'm an expert, but probably not. But so that's what I tutor in, and I do it on the days that I have classes. So I stay on campus 4 hours after my class is over, and it really helps me to like get in the zone. I stay locked in so I can like finish my work, especially if I don't have like sessions all day, because a lot of time they will get canceled, whether the person has like an appointment, whether they have to go see their advisor instead, or if they just have like a game or something else happening on campus, like if they're an athlete, stuff like that. So that is what I do for my job, and I just get to sit in this little room with this pretty little view, and I'm gonna keep on working. Well, I'm gonna keep on working with this next student, and then I'm gonna work by myself. So yeah. Okay, y'all, I am standing up and taking a break because I have been working on this assignment for food service for like an hour and a half, which is far longer than I thought that it was going to take me. And I am just feeling like I need a break. So I'm just stretching, and oh my gosh, that feels so good, especially because since going to the gym and like since running, I've just been sitting all day. So this does feel really good to just like move, and I don't know, I'm probably gonna be pretty sore tomorrow, we'll see. But I have 1 more hour here, and like I said, I don't have a person for this last hour, so if nobody comes in for drop-in hours, then I can just continue working. So it's about 5 o'clock now, and so I'm just trying to keep chugging. I was gonna study for this last hour, but it looks like I'm gonna be finishing this food service assignment, and maybe I'll get to start a little bit on the PowerPoint that I wanted to look at, but it's okay. Everything has to be done in the amount of time that it's going to take to get it done. So I'm doing it now, and that's all that matters. So everything about my everyday is just trying to make the most of my time and maximize it in a way that, and look at me, I look like Kirby Smart clapping. But I just like try to make a way to make the absolute most of every minute, to make sure that I'm getting my work done, doing everything that needs to be done. And like right now, the thing that's gonna help me get my work done faster is like moving around, getting some squats done, getting some movement, because if I just keep sitting and staring at the screen, it's gonna take me longer than if I took this break, and then I'm gonna get back into it, and it's gonna be awesome because I'm gonna finish it like that. So that's what I'm doing right now. I've got this last hour, and I'm just going to focus in. I'm gonna work, and I'll see y'all when I get off. Okay, y'all, I am officially done for the day, so I am walking home. I'm gonna stop at the grocery store on the way because I really need some aluminum foil and Ziploc baggies. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get those, but it's starting to get like chilly outside in the late afternoons. Like right now it's like 69 degrees, which is a little cold for me. Kind of wish I was wearing pants, but here we are in shorts. But it's okay. The quad looks very pretty. As I was saying earlier, literally it's like ripped up. I can't even tell if you can tell from the Tennessee game. This weekend was so fun. If you saw this morning at the gym, I was watching like the footage. They were like replaying it from last night. And if you can also tell today, all day today, my throat has been kind of tore up and my voice has sounded so weird. And that's because on Friday night, and if I posted this vlog before this, then you would have seen that on Friday night I went to the Blake Shelton concert, and then on Saturday obviously the Tennessee game. So I'm like sung and yelled out. Like I like when that pick six happened, y'all, couldn't have been yelling louder. Like I was literally screaming. So it was a fun weekend, but you can definitely tell by the way that I sound that I was yelling. But I'm going to walk home. I'm gonna get those groceries, and then I'm gonna make dinner before I have to drive home, because I have my rotation early tomorrow morning. I have to be there at 6:30, which means that it would be easier for me to just drive to Birmingham where my mom lives, stay with her tonight, and then go back, like go tomorrow morning from there. So that's what I'm doing. Like, every time I got in there, I felt like I was like at the beach or something. Oh my God, I'm so hungry. I cannot wait to eat this. Like, I didn't even have that much for lunch today, because I was like, usually I would have to pack lunch every day for my rotation and for class. But this, like, because I get to eat lunch in my rotation, I only have to pack for class. Yeah. And there's really just like not that much that I can like buy and like use in a week. So
right.
I feel like,
especially if we don't have a microwave, right?
Yeah.
Because like at class we literally just have to eat like a first grader.
Yeah. And I feel like it too. And I'm sitting there and Dr. Jonas is just like watching me eat my apples and Triscuits. I'm like, I know I look and sound ridiculous, but there's no other time where I can eat this. For what class?
The whole world.
Oh.
Yes.
Wait, was that why when I was in tutoring, I kept getting these like messages of like, wait, how does that happen?
It has to do with Amazon and how Amazon controls a lot of things.
The whole world internet?
I don't know what the whole world uses.
What? Wait, that's insane. Wait, that's crazy. I didn't even know that, because literally in tutoring, we were having so many problems and we were just sitting there being like, why is this not working?
Yes.
Wait.
Guess what? I was at Publix and they couldn't check anybody out.
Wait, yes, and it was still like that when I went this afternoon. Wait, I didn't even realize that was why.
And guess what? Wait, did you go on the way back from?
Yeah.
They still?
No, yeah, they still.
It's been like that since 4 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
And guess what? All the people in the self-checkout, they were getting so raged that they just took all their stuff and left. And they stole.
What?
Yes.
What?
They were, because the manager's like, did you get the people that left?
And they were like, no. Wait, because they didn't have any of the self-checkout aisles working?
Yes.
Like, they were all
I
red.
was there when people were just trying to steal.
Wait, what? Time any website is like not working or something, I feel like everybody is instantly like looking at like, why isn't this working?
And I looked it up.
And it probably wouldn't load. That is so scary.
Like
Wait, so does Amazon own that stuff?
I guess like
Because I didn't know that.
Amazon
Has one happened
Amazon
before?
Web Service.
People are gonna be like, what can we do so this never happens again? Because what if that happened permanently? Like what if
It was for hours. It was broken for hours.
What if the world was just out? Like, imagine for a week. What would we do for work, for school, for a week? I'm like, we're so dependent on technology in that amount of time.
Well, because I went in the normal line, and then the guy's like, no, debit works. It just takes a minute.
All right, y'all, I am getting gas because I definitely forgot the last like 5 times. I think it just always happens that I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll get it the next time I'm in the car. And then I obviously don't do that. But anyways, I am gassing up my car, and then I'm gonna head to Birmingham for my rotation days for this food service rotation. I have it Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, and I have to be there at like 6:30, 7 in the morning. So that means that it's a lot easier for me, like I said, to go home to my mom's house the night before and then just go there the next morning, because I'm not really somebody who wants to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. 5 I can do, 5 I did this morning, but 4:30, that's a little too early for me. So I am just gassing up my car, and then we're gonna go and I'm gonna jam out to some music, stay awake, maybe roll the windows down, and yeah. If I don't see y'all again in the next clip, I hope that you enjoyed this video of seeing a day in my life, and if you want to see more, let me know. But yeah, this is what I do as a master's student who also tries to stay active, who's going after some physical activity goals, and who also has a job and has internships. So yeah. Y'all have a great rest of your week. Bye.